We're here with Tom Loeffler for press conference of Fury vs Klitschko, the rematch. There was a notable no-show from Tyson Fury. How do you think that's gone down in the Klitschko camp?
Look, Vladimir just is focused on the fight October 29th. It's been great to have Tyson here at the press conference. We're looking to promote a fight, but I think this fight has been talked about so much and it's taken so long to put it together that the only concern Vladimir has is to make sure Tyson shows up to the ring on October 29th in Manchester, and when he does, it's going to be a great heavyweight title fight. It's really the most anticipated fight in the heavyweight division. The first fight, Vladimir was a big favorite. Tyson did the impossible, what so many previous challengers weren't able to do with Vladimir. Go to Germany, win the titles. And now Vladimir is going to the UK to take the titles back. So it's a great treat for the UK fans having the rematch in Manchester.
Obviously, Klitschko hadn't lost for so long. Obviously, coming into this, he's the travelling challenger now. Do you think that presents a different mindset for him coming into the fight? Is he going to be in a different place mentally when he comes into the ring?
It's a completely different situation for him. He hasn't been a challenger for over 10 years, But Vladimir has so many amateur fights, professional fights, fought all over the world. It's not going to faze him. He just wants to have the opportunity to get in the ring and have the opportunity to win his titles back. So we know it's going to be a big turnout for the UK fans, and it's not the fans who are going to be able to fight. It's just him and Fury in the ring, and hopefully he'll come out victorious.
We're expecting it to be a massive fight. Talking of massive fights, a few days ago, Golovkin against Brook. What were your thoughts on the fight overall?
Oh, that was such a fun promotion. I mean, ever since we announced that fight, it just took the boxing world by surprise. Gatti being here all week last week. Leading up to it, we had the open workout, had over 2,000 fans there, the press conference. I mean, the UK fans showed so much support and so much respect for Gatti, even though they were, clearly cheering for Brook the night of the fight, but you could tell they still had a respect for Triple G. And we got to give Brook a lot of credit. He was the one that actually signed the contract. So many of the middleweights would talk about fighting Gatti, but he's the one that signed the contract. And Kel stood in, and he was trading punches, landed a lot of his punches that night, and I think Dominic Engel did the right thing. Clearly there was something wrong with Kel's eye. You could tell when Gatti hit him, he was touching his eye, and they must have been aware of that in the corner. And so we thought that was very smart for them to stop it, because my understanding is he's having the surgery today. So we wish Kel a speedy recovery, and we know that he'll have a lot more championship fights in the future.
You set up nicely for the next question about middleweights, talking about Golovkin, so thank you. Obviously, Billy Joe Saunders, straight after the fight, took to Twitter to call out Golovkin. What's your thoughts on that? Because I know you've got a lot.
It's become a phenomenon when there's no danger of actually getting in the ring with Gatti or having to sign a contract. It's everyone wants to talk about fighting him. And Billy Joe's supposed to fight on this show. According to Frank Warren, he's going to put Billy Joe on the undercard of the Klitschko Fury fight. And so if he wins that fight, and if Gatti is successful in his mandatory defense against Danny Jacobs, that would be a great fight for next year. Look, Billy Joe has the one title that's missing from Gatti's collection. But the only way we can make that fight is if he actually signs the contract. So. If he gets the title defense October 29th, and then we'd look forward to doing that fight sometime next year.
Obviously next year as well, building for a certain Canelo Alvarez. He's got a fight at the weekend. How do you see that one going?
Look, that fight, I think a lot of people are underestimating Liam Smith. Liam's a champion. Canelo's moving down to 154. That's a danger of if you delay a fight. Depending on what happens if that fight doesn't go the way people expect. I mean, Canelo's a warrior. It's a good fight, but if he continues to win, if Gatti continues to win, it seems like they would be on a collision course for next year. My discussions with Golden Boy, Looks like they're projecting for September 2017 if we can make that fight. And if they're both successful leading up to that fight, that's clearly the biggest fight that can be made in the sport of boxing.
Final question, back to Fury Klitschko. I know it's very early days now, but what's your prediction for it?
Look, Vladimir's so motivated, so determined to get his titles back. I've never seen him like that. I mean, it's such an unusual feeling for him not to be the world champion, not to have the titles, and he's going to be motivated. He's going to be motivated to come in, go to Manchester, and prove that he's still the best heavyweight in the world today.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.